What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach D Brown. I am, I know it's one of those Sunday beautiful days and we have a lot to choose from on the weekends, just getting ready, getting done with Christmas and getting ready for this New Year's. But I wanted to reach out to my boy here, and he's going to introduce himself in a minute, but he's one of the guys that's been, pretty much a regular on, the shows that I've been doing, and we've been talking behind the scenes a lot. And he has a stud son over here is playing ball, and I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna tell you where he's from. And I just felt like, man, listen, I launched the program last week. He's one of the first ones to purchase it. And he's been talking about the product and the program for a while. So I just said, listen, dude, he's been telling how much, he liked it along with everybody else. So I said, listen, let me bring you on, because since you were one of the first ones to go ahead and purchase it, let me bring him on. And so he could kind of just, I get to meet him. This is my first time meeting him in person instead of behind the scenes on Facebook or on the phone. But I said, let me bring you on over here, and you could just explain, give a little background, talk a little bit about your son, and what you're thinking of the program that my program that you purchased so far. So again, the link to the program is right here. We're having a bat giveaway up until January 27th. We have some slots left. We got the first 50 people that will purchase the program will have access to winning a Rawlings Quattro bat. All right, just that plug right there. We got basically a week or so left. All right, so fill those slots up. Go ahead and purchase this program. Go fill in there. We're giving away three videos on how to, basically how to hit for more power and have an understanding mentally how to hit for more power more than physically. That's added. That's just an added plus for giving me your email. Okay. So anyway, without further ado, I wanted to introduce my guy over here, my boy Bubba over here. So, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, kind of give it a little background, where you're from, tell me a little bit about your son, and we kind of get into these questions. And guys that are listening in, you guys already know. If you have any questions at the end, what up, Pierre? What up, Johnny? Ball game. So we are. What's up, Jerry? What up, Greg? We are definitely going to get these questions in if you have any about the program. Okay, so without further ado, Bubba, man, I appreciate you. Can you give me a little background of who you are, where you come from, and we kind of go from there, and a little bit about your son, all right?
Okay, hey, appreciate that, D, man, and what a pleasure it is to come live with you on Facebook here and talk about your big league shortcuts, and of course, as you already said, my name is Bubba, and I am from Alabama. And of course, actually, I'm a pastor as well. So, nice. Yeah. And, but, I love the game of baseball, and I have an older son who's down in the military. Then my middle son, his younger brother kind of followed in his footsteps. And of course, his name is TJ. And I mean, we started out in baseball, probably 4 years old, playing T-ball. And just, doing the league thing, coming up to the league. And it was early on that I kind of recognized that TJ, my son Timothy, who we call TJ, has some God-given talents there. And then, this whole travel ball thing in baseball, as you see it as a parent, one of the main things you're looking for, as a dad, I helped coach baseball. I did for my older son, did for my younger son's teams and as well. But it gets to a point that I don't know about others, but for me, it seems like it gets to a point where dad just don't know as much. And you begin to look for those that they can look to and realize, hey, here's somebody who knows a lot more than dad does and done a lot more in baseball, and that they can look to and begin to realize, hey, I need to learn more. And that's one of the things with TJ that we noticed right off the bat is that he loves baseball. He has a passion for baseball, and therefore it was easy. And so as we started growing in this thing called baseball that we love, And as TJ started getting better and better and really starting to kind of shine, if you will, a little bit, it really got real for us a couple of summers ago that we did started getting into travel ball, went to a World Series and did really good. And then I get approached by somebody else, hey man, can TJ go with us to play in a World Series? And we said, well, sure, we can do that. And then, all of a sudden in one summer, we go play 3 different World Series. And I start realizing that my son has some gifts, has some talents, but those things just don't come to the top and really start to shine unless they're honed in on and brought out. And therefore, me as a dad, I began to look, okay, how can I help my son improve and really help him fulfill his dreams? And therefore, we begin to look and I remember one of the first guys we went and hooked up with a hitting coach. And this, it's $50 an hour or $50 for 30 minutes, and you start realizing, my Lord, man, you got to have deep pockets. and I don't know about most parents, but, we're just average, folks with average incomes and therefore, but we also learn that sacrifices that come helping your children fulfill their dreams. And therefore, we did that and started paying for lessons and started seeing some things and then ended up hooking up with a friend of mine that became a friend of mine and doing some stuff, but still it's an ongoing battle. So me personally, then I began to look and to wonder, okay, what things could I get that I can help implement with my son when, because we can't always keep paying for lessons and lessons and lessons. And therefore that's how we came across you, D, as just kind of looking online. And then the one day I saw you on Facebook and I chimed in and jumped in on there. And I thought, man, this guy's number one, played in the big leagues. Number two, has a travel ball team. He's helping people. And what you were doing, D, on here for free and with bringing on this wealth of knowledge and your connections and your networking there, it really caught my attention. And I became very appreciative as a parent that what you were doing. And therefore I even told my wife, I said, man, Paulette, this dude is doing this stuff. He's bringing those people getting a wealth of knowledge that people would pay good money to be able to hear some of these things. And what you were doing just caught my attention. I began to tell some other friends, they've jumped on here and just like, wow, Bubba, man, this dude is bringing some good stuff and bringing these D1 coaches and these scouts and JUCO coaches and then what you're doing is, being a blessing to us as parents. And so when you begin to talk about your program, and if you've done anything to bring value, if we thought so, man, what do you think about? So when I checked it out, as you said, and I saw the price, I thought, man, you pay more for that in lessons. And, so again, as a parent, I went off the bat and I told my wife, I said, look here. I said, here's what I'm getting for Christmas. As I went on it and bought the thing and, hit that one button, I think it was the $97 deal. And they gave you some other options if you wanted to go, purchase a little more. Right. And then I realized the cost. I said, man, if you're going to do it, let's just do it.
That's right.
And so we did the whole thing overall. I still spent less than I have, in a month's time on other travel ball stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I told you before, one of the things that for me as a parent that I loved is it's all accessible online. I can hit it up. I can access it. I can take it, learn from it, glean from it, implement it with my son, let him see it, let him watch it, still working with my coach, still working with his trainer. But at the same time, knowledge is priceless. And when you can learn from someone like yourself, D, that is obviously, getting on here and helping his parents out, helping players out. This helps coaches out, and so again, just to say thank you and what you're doing, man, I'm thanks, man. And I even got here, I got my own little notebook right here, D. Dude, I've gone through every video on there. You understand me? And I began to take my own notes,
Nice.
things that stuck out to me, little nuggets that I thought, man, that's a good, I need to write that down. I can learn from that. And then, I mean, your whole objectives and core convictions, these are things that will take a young baseball player who wants to play, who wants to go to that next level, give them the tools and the means to go to that next level. And so anyway, that's kind of my introduction to who I am, and a baseball dad, a baseball parent, and someone who used to play baseball when I was younger. Nowhere near at the level of being best, but just as a league ball player, young kid playing. And I always tell my son, I said, look here, TJ, Daddy was a home run king when I was young. And I said, but you way better than Daddy ever was.
Right. And that's why I made this, I appreciate everything you said, man. And I do believe in paying it forward, and you get in return what you give out. I'll be the first to say I don't know what's out here like that. I see on YouTube and these guys hitting wise. I see the so-called hitting gurus and these guys that may know something. Some of them are good, some are not. I don't know about I know some good podcasts are out there. I know some, but I just felt like the total package of what I know, just from connections wise and what knowledge wise of 20 plus years around the professional game, I said, let me just give it. It started with just me talking, but then I started getting questions and stuff like you coming from the college, talking about college. So I said, well, instead of me talking about it, let me bring on, college coach friends of mine that, can explain these type of things. And I think, how it is. Sometimes people don't take it, they get it and they think that this may just be the norm, and they know there's good stuff. But, I come back with college coaches friend, or I come back with professional coach, professional players' dads be like, yo, I wish I had this, D that you're giving, boom, boom, boom. When I was coming up through this and boom, 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 you're giving so much. So then I know like, okay, I don't know how much is out there on the world. I don't really, I don't worry about nobody else really. I try to just stick to my lane. And so when I give these type of value, I don't think it's too much like this stuff going.
No, Indeed, the way you put it together on your package, and again, obviously you're known as a hitting guy. I mean, right. But your program just isn't about hitting. That was one of the things when I got in there and saw that you got a whole section with a former MLB pitcher giving instruction on pitching, the foundations, the mechanics, the how to throw certain pitches. Is, dude. I mean, it's like, hey, I'm giving you a one-stop shop here.
Right.
Catchers.
Right.
The infield, the outfield. To me, yeah, you could probably go and piece together things out there and pull from this one, pull from that one. But D, what you've done, you put it on a whole package deal that covers the whole game of baseball, the mindset, what they need to be doing. I mean, again, just watching some of your videos, dude. I mean, I'm thinking, boy, my son's gonna be watching the pitcher throw bullpen before he ever gets there.
And that's what I wanted. Trust me, that's what I say. When it's 20 plus years of being around the game, I just was like, let me just spew it out on video, and defense. And yeah, I'm not a pitching guy, but I brought a pitching guy in just to talk it, and so just to help. And that's why I say, like, I know that it's not a lot of stuff out there. I don't know, but I just know that what I believe that is needed, I put on these videos. And I just said, listen, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna give it at a good price. When I tell you, Bubba, I wanted to sell it for hundreds of dollars more because I believe that's what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? But I said, listen, let me just get it in because it's early. And I said, I know I have so much more that I want to build on top of what you just saw, but. Listen, I just, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these questions in, man, that I have. And, you already kind of filled everything in already. But, what are some of the challenges that, besides pricing, let's just say a parent that's out here and throughout the country, sometimes it's hard to find qualified instructors, that know what they're talking about. Is that something that I'm not here to talk about anybody that you work with personally. I'm just saying, but as a parent, is that something that you find challenging to find like quality instructors, to work with your son?
There is. I mean, that is a challenge for any parent. And again, to find an quality instructor is not easy. Oh, there's a lot of people out there definitely take your money. You know, they'll go teach you, you know, what they've gone pull from somewhere else and charge you. And, you know, but me as a parent, you know, I haven't used a lot of instructors, to be honest with you, D. I've had just a couple. Number one, because it costs money. It costs a lot of money.
That's right.
And number two, I mean, I had a guy here locally, I won't say his name, but he played in the big leagues. And good guy, great guy. But, you know, $50 for 30 minutes, man, that cuts.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I'm thinking, you know, I'll go pay for 4 lessons, okay, up front, 4 lessons, $200, you know, and really after that, then what do I do?
Right.
You know, if I want to keep going to them, then you got to keep paying. I mean, and I don't blame him, because I mean, his time and knowledge is worth money.
Right.
And, you know, and so you begin to look, and so there's just not a lot of quality out there. There's some, but not a lot. And you know, so when you can find something that, in this sense right here, again, a mom, a dad, you know, you can take this information that you're providing on here, D, seriously, and through video form. And I talked to somebody not too long ago about that, about, you know, because here's one of the things too, and this is where I think you're a rarity in this sense right here, D, and is that a lot of people don't want to put their stuff out on video, because if you do, guess what? They get it, they don't come back.
Yep.
Because why is that? Because they need to make their money.
That's right.
And I get it. I understand. I totally get that.
Yep.
But what about us that say, look here, I mean, I can't keep paying. I just don't have that kind of money to keep paying. But here I can put a small investment, because let me say this right here. And as you very well knows this, and those who are in travel ball, especially in travel ball, knows it is an investment into your son or daughter's dream.
Yep.
And there's sacrifice that comes with that.
Yep.
And a lot of long days at ballparks. And so to have this right here, this gives the average mom and dad that maybe doesn't have a lot of baseball knowledge themselves, to be honest with you, but they can take this, they can watch this, they can learn from this, they can sit down with their son and watch it, and then go to the batting cages. You know, a lot of batting cages I've been to, even right here locally, that some of the ones are on some of the public parks, the city parks, you know, they have bell screens in them. They have for different things, and you can go in there and start implementing some of these things. You know,
that's why I built it. Like that's why I said I built it for every kind of. It's very foundational with certain drills, but I believe. I mean, honestly, some of this stuff, especially the mental side of things that I put in this program, I actually speak to professional ball players about, because you know it's like the right and wrongs of like what I didn't know, what I had to learn well into my 20s to know, and I'm like, you know, just think about. You know, saying what TJ is getting at 14 years old, you know what I'm saying? Just, because the mechanics and everything, I believe, yes, they are great at what they do, but I take pride, as you can tell, on the mental side of things, the behind the scenes, the stuff that I truly believe make a ball player. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have this in this game, because it's such a failure sport. You got to you got to know how to work. You got to know, you know, what type of, you know, and that all is the proper coaching. That's why I said, like, I believe, and I ain't here, you know, I'm letting you talk, but I appreciate everything you're saying. I just believe that me just reaching out and connecting with guys like yourself from different parts of the country and all of that, I truly believe that it is I'm going to keep it 100% real. You heard my post about the mistakes that I've made. I talk about, like, so you have basically a head start, an advantage for anybody that really wants it. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who really wants to get better, you have a full advantage, not just the videos, not just here, but like as a package of just being a part of, you know, the D Brown Baseball Big League Shortcuts training system. It's that's just me. I'm not here to toot my own horn like that, but I'm just here to say, like, man, it's just taking an advantage, just soaking in, like you said, it's just knowledge, man, between college coaches and professional ball players and trainers I'm bringing on now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this guy's world class, man.
I'm telling you, in that alone, D, the fact that you've been doing that for free,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you've been doing it and you've been working on getting your program together and you're putting it out there. And the way I looked at it, hey, I told my wife, I said, look here, man, this guy's has sown into me some wisdom, some knowledge, some things that I haven't necessarily heard. Some things I have heard. Mm-hmm. And but the fact that you've made other people available through the live feeds to me that I would never have access to.
Right.
That in itself is one of the things too. This look here, man. And I said I'm a pastor, so I believe in sowing and reaping, and so I thought, you know what, man, I'm going to purchase this, and I can tell you honestly, I don't regret 1 second. I'm like, man, this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish every parent would get it, be honest with you. And again, I'm not knocking or saying that don't go use, somebody locally that you may be working with, because myself, the guy that me and my son work with, who's his coach, we'll continue to work with him.
That's right.
And do that. But this is just another tool in my tool chest, if you will. That's right. And now I have at my access anytime I want it.
Yep. And that's what it says. So let me ask you this. I mean, so if, as a parent, would you highly recommend them, purchasing this product?
Oh, exactly. 100% recommend it. And the price point, again, it is a great price point. Like you said, you could have charged more, but again, just from the little time I've got to know you on Facebook Live, seeing what you're doing, hearing you, talking to you. I mean, you've expressed to me just through your videos and what you're doing that your heart is to help. And again, the price point on what you're doing here is priced right, in my opinion. And you got the different options you can do. The 97, or you can upgrade a little bit, get a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I recommend personally, if you're going to do it, do the whole thing. It's not that much. I think it comes up maybe $340 something bucks, something like that. Right. Somewhere down there.
You got offense, defense, and personal training, right? You got 12 weeks.
All of it.
Yep.
And then with that, having the ability, D, again, for yourself to be able to, send you a message, email you, and you respond. That's one of the other things I saw when I had a couple of questions, sent to you something, man, you responded quick and it was taken care of.
Yep. Hey, yeah, because you were one of the first ones, and I thought I did everything right. So we're learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something totally new besides the Facebook. I don't know, Bubba. I don't know, because you started coming on a little late, but I don't know if you were around when I first started bringing on the guests, because I had this type of stuff was not happening. I was having issues with the technical stuff on my live. So it's the same thing with my program. And I promise you, and I say this with all honesty, I think you truly, I know you're a man of God. I know you believe what I'm saying. You are making a very good decision being a part of this program, because when I tell you I got so much more in store, and the fact that your son is at a great age, what I have in store, he will be so well prepared for not just baseball, but for life. I'm just telling you, this is just a little subtle hint, of what's coming on in the future. The training program is the very beginning of what my vision is for, Big League Shortcuts training system and D Brown baseball.
And see, that's the thing I'm excited about, D, is this the whole network and the bigger picture that it looks like you're putting together, again, and be able to help parents network and be able to continue to glean and to grow from the others that you're pulling from as well. Me as a parent, and with my son too, some of the challenges that he's, like I said, I've shared this with you. As a 7th grader, he was playing 7A varsity baseball as a starter. And I thought, man, how can I, get him and help him to continue to be able to maintain at that level at such an early age. And a lot of these products, and here's the biggest thing, is the mindset stuff. That's right. That was one of the, because you take a 14-year-old, there again, maturity levels are different ages, there, but some of this mindset stuff that you're doing here and they need to have is going to give him an advantage. over some of the other ones that are, some of those juniors and seniors that I'm able now to, hey, look here, TJ, here's homework today. Because the way I look at it, it's just like school. School, you get homework. Baseball, you get homework.
That's right.
And we got some online classes we can take now.
That's right. That's right. And listen, that's what I'm saying. For the few, because for the price, even like you said, the whole thing, for the price of somebody taking 4 or 5 lessons or so with a hitting coach, and I'm not here. I am an advocate of getting quality instructing. That the problem is the quality side. I don't know how, that's my thing. I'm not here to take food off of nobody's table. But all I need, like you said, I just want to be a catalyst. And I truly believe, what I'm teaching, anybody, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what age group and all of that can take this and run with it. And from the mental side and everything else that, again, I don't believe that's being hit hard is the mental side. Because, again, I didn't know this stuff until I was well into my 20s. And so I'm just giving it to these youngsters over here. And, and I know they're going to say, suck it up, you know what I'm saying? All that knowledge. And that's what I'm here for, man. So, so like you said, you believe that, this is taking, this is definitely saving you time and money with this program, right?
It is definitely saving time and money, and giving me some freedom.
Right.
I mean, right now, like I said, we got a quality a coach and a quality trainer we work with, but I have to drive about 40 minutes to go see them. Think about that.
Right. But gas and time and
exactly. Yeah. Believe me, my wife reminds me of the gas all the time. But to go get a quality instruction, sometimes you got to drive.
Yep.
And again, who's to say? Like in my case, what if my coach and trainer for TJ next week says he's out of the game, he's moving on, he's going to do something different. Then what do I do?
That's right.
I got to go back, find somebody else again.
That's right.
And but this right here, this program, I'm covered. What if there's some weeks I can't go see him just because of the expense or whatnot? Guess what? With this program here, I can take it. I can take it on my iPhone right here. Go to the cages. TJ, here's what we're doing. We're about to watch this right here. We're about to go implement this. And then if he says, Dad, hey, how do I do that again? I said, well, look what Coach D just said. Watch Coach D. We can learn.
That's right.
That means Coach D. See now in my eyes, now you're TJ's coach too.
That's right. That's right. And that's what I want. I'm like, I ain't stepping on nobody's toe, like I said, but that's what I want. I truly believe. Again, it's all about being in a certain circle. I never. This has just been asked of me. I talk to different parents, just like online, just little stuff that I do, not like the Facebook lives, but I always get random, even friends of mine up in New York or wherever. Hey, what's my kid's swing? What is he? Oh, he keeps doing this or keep doing that. And that's why I was like, listen, I'm either I could press, I felt like I could just take a tape and just go play to say, because it was a lot of stuff I was saying the same stuff over and over again. So I just said, man, I'm just going to, let's just go make this program. And then from there came the hitting. But then I was like, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and just do the whole shebang. And let me just get defense, pitching, catching. Every aspect of the game will be covered in here if they want to. I know it's just hitting. I mark it just hitting, but it's a surprise at the end. It's like,
it's a whole lot more than hitting.
Yeah, definitely is.
It's the one stop.
Do you think I need to market that better? Do you think I need to market that a little better, Bubba? Or you think I'm cool with just saying?
Here's the thing. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, when I found out there was a whole lot more to this than I thought.
And that's what I want.
Yeah. And again, I think for you, D, to make some of that information known up front, then help also, make somebody. Again, we hadn't shared this, but I'll share with you now. Even on when you get to the original package, the 97. Yeah. Then you get a little link you can click on if you want to do a little more. And I'm not sure you can go back and look at it and see, but I think even on that link, it doesn't necessarily say specifically exactly what you're getting. Right. If I'm not, it could have to go back and look at
on the 12-week off-season training thing. That's what you mean?
I think it was on the 12-week, and it was like it was two different links. If I'm not mistaken, it was the original one.
I had two different, two.
Yeah.
two different programs you can raise up to, not just hitting, but I go up. If you want personal training, right now is off-season training. So I know, again, this was asked of me. You know what I'm saying? These are what the parents asked. So I have that in there. And then of course the defensive side. I've been asked by many of parents, like, hey, coach, can you help me with my son? He can't do this, he can't boom, boom, boom. So I listen to parents. If I'm talking from all walks of life. So that's why I was like, listen, let me put this whole program together. And I may publicize the hitting aspect of it, but I want people to be pleasantly surprised when they kind of get on there. But that's why I said, like, this is all very early in the process. This is a week or two out, you know what I'm saying, of me launching this thing. But 2019 on, I'm just trying to build a whole bunch of beasts out here. I want to build, everybody that's a part of Deep Brown Baseball and Big League Shortcuts training system. I want to build beasts, meaning like the good way, like on the field, where somebody be like, man, where's he learning this training from? What is going on? And I want them to be like, yeah, we saw this guy, man, ex-Big League over here, boom, we saw this program and we saw him, boom, boom, boom. We purchased this thing, and man, this is great information. That's my mindset when I go and make this type of things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about to be blasted all over the country.
Yeah, and see, I can see this, being something too that is done. The D Brown Baseball Family Network.
That's right.
Where you got parents that may play on different travel ball teams, different things, but they're part of the central family called D Brown Baseball, and they're still part of their other little organization. But when they come together, like I told you today, I've already met one of you guys you're hooked up with and following that. The dad you brought on, me and him talk,
right?
And just got some, good insight from him talking.
That's right.
And see again, that wasn't something I paid for. That was something that was made available just because of the connection.
That's right.
On Facebook.
That's right. And it help you in all walks of life. I'm saying, and if just from a dad standpoint, a baseball standpoint, it's like we're meeting, potential guys are getting drafted on here, and just because it's all a new thing, and that's what I wanted. I wanted part of like a big community where we could share knowledge, we could share different ideas and all that type of stuff, and it's only going to grow. Like I haven't even marketed this thing, how like you kind of ran into that thing, and that's what people just and that's what I want. But now it's kind of getting to this point where I'm really going to get this stuff out there, because I truly believe that a lot of people don't know the hidden gems that is going on, the different people that's coming on from all walks of life with this game of baseball. I mean, a month or so ago, you probably never thought, you'd be on here talking to, eventually thousands of people are going to see, 1,000 plus, people will see this interview on here. Thousands will see this interview here. And, it's just a good way. And then who knows, in the next 2 or 3 years, you're talking about TJ over there, getting scholarship offers just like the other people that's been coming on. That's my whole goal. That's what I want. I want him to get trained up and get an opportunity to be playing in front of, doing what your guys are doing with your travel teams and all that type of stuff. But just to say like, hey, I had a little bit to do with that, just the training and all of that. And then who knows, I got some stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks where recruiting wise, I'm doing it on the road. You're going to see. So, yeah.
And like I told you, do too, me as a parent, I travel sometimes and going back and forth and actually even one of the benefits of this right here of those when they do come through the Memphis area, the South Haven area where you are, getting a chance to stop in and see you and, and like I told you, I love to, in the future, sometime work out, bring TJ and man, let him come spend a half a day with you or something, and be able to continue to groom him and to see him fulfill his dreams. Because one of the things that we jokingly asked TJ, I said, but we stress student athlete, obviously. And I asked TJ, I said, buddy, because his dream is play in the big leagues one day, But again, like you broke it down just recently, the numbers, that's a small percentage that makes it to that level.
Yes.
But the fact that the way you broke it down, it encouraged me as a parent, but also helps encourage my son. The fact that you're playing high school baseball.
Yeah.
Here's the big thing: when you go from little league, and then all of a sudden you hit 60, 90.
Right.
That's a separator.
That really is. Yes, it is.
A lot of kids drop off at 60, 90.
Yeah, that 13, 14-year-old range is when it happens. That's when you start feeling size-wise and all. That's when you start understanding who can really play and who just is going to get left behind. That's why it's the 6.5 million all the way down to 455 some thousand.
Exactly. And then you get to the high school level, to compete it there and be able to maintain an active role in baseball is a huge accomplishment.
Yep.
And then if you do get to go to the next level,
Yep.
you know, and one of the things too that you brought out, D, again, you've stressed this a lot, and they just confirmed because TJ's coach and travel ball guy, he stresses this a lot. It is JUCO. You know, he's huge on like Mississippi, a lot of the schools in Mississippi. And the reason being is because just because you could be a D1 player, sometimes the better opportunity is at the JUCO level.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
and I was one, and many other people are down. And I do not bash. I know it comes off like that, but I don't bash D1 schools. But my thing is, because of what I know now, and because, you know, my pro background on, you know, if I was strictly a baseball player in this day and age right now, my strategy would be and I'm gonna do a live like this because I have a kid here that has a chance. I'm gonna bring on, hopefully, definitely with not next week, but the week after, I'm gonna bring on a potential first rounder, local here. Already signed with LSU, football and baseball player. But the kid I'm talking about is a sophomore now, and I told the dad this is the formula I would do, and I'm giving the secret away. I don't even know if I should say it, you know, but the secret I would do, and we're gonna finish back up, and I'm gonna head out of here because I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna do a whole show about this one day. But I told him, I said, what I would do. You know what? I ain't gonna say it right now. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. Let's do this on Tuesday. I'm gonna give away 4 or 5 secrets. It's a New Year's 2019, and
there you go.
One of those things I'm gonna bring it on there. It's not. I'm making it out to be way more than what it is, but I truly believe this would be my formula if I was a high school student athlete right now, in my mind. So that's gonna be one of the few secrets I'm gonna give away, and I'm just gonna leave that.
And you're gonna do that on Facebook Live.
I'm gonna do it on a Facebook Live on Tuesday. I'm gonna do a little something different on Tuesday. My plan is to do a little something on Tuesday. You still have access to it, nothing money-wise, anything like that. Just a little something different that I'm going to do on Tuesday. But I'm going to have 5 secrets, 5 secrets about 2019. One of them will be like if I was a student athlete, what I would do. And so I know Mark over there, you know what I mean? My boys already talking about.
And when I see the reminder come on my Facebook, and most time here my daughter, I'm picking her up at school about the time you're coming on. And she's like, Daddy, are we doing the baseball thing again? You know, because again, to get the information, to get the knowledge, to me, here's the truth. As a parent, it empowers me to feel like I have some confidence to be able to help my son.
Yeah. Yeah. You have D1 coaches talking about the right and wrongs, what they would do, how they looking, how to attack this thing, how, you know, because I'm learning. I'm like, you know, I'm over here. I'm like, I ain't know this guy. Wow, you know. So I know if I'm learning, I know and I'm feel like I'm in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm learning these things, and I'm like, man, because I'm a pro guy. I don't even portray like, you know, I know. I'm helping guys get into school and all of that type of stuff. But I was a football player, so all my college scholarships were football, and I went pro. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to college baseball, but I didn't really give, you know, college baseball too much love. You know what I'm saying? And that was just because there wasn't no full ride, so I wasn't even worried about it. I was going football. So, you know, and I learned now how they could potentially be first, you know, full rides and stuff. But back in I wasn't even thinking about baseball. Being, you know, I was gonna just walk on. So I'm learning these things like, wow, man, this is crazy, man. This is you know, so I'm a fan too. I'm learning just like you guys are. And that's what the whole beauty of this whole baseball thing is. On and off the field, I'm learning a bunch of stuff too. So
that's it.
Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. All right. So I love talking with you, Bubba. I appreciate everything you said. You know, people probably gonna think I'm paying you behind the scenes, man. But let
me say this up front.
Yeah. Can you give me a final word about the whole program and the whole D Brown baseball experience you've been experiencing so far?
D Brown has not paid me one penny. Not one penny. And here's the thing. I know because he's promoting this program, selling this program. You know, he's making money, and rightfully so. You put this kind of information together, this packet together, you should make something. Mm-hmm. But me as a parent, I'm not doing this because I'm getting paid. I'm getting the free product. I paid for the product. And I've literally gone through and have highlighted every video on my notepad. I mean, time-wise, everything, just so I can go back and look at it, have some highlights for myself. And let me say this again, unequivocally, no apologies made. I promote this program.
Nice.
Big league shortcuts, because you get more than just hitting with this program. You get the full package. If you're like my son, and most kids at my son's age anyway, are playing multiple positions. You know, he's playing third, he's played second, he's played short. He don't play first much, but he pitches, he catches, he plays right field. I mean, and so when I purchased this program, I didn't realize exactly all I was getting. I was just looking, again, to be honest with you, looking for something to help him, because my son's a power hitter. He's got power. And so I'm thinking, okay, I want to get something that's going to help him, you know, even distinguish himself even much more as a power hitter, but not realizing I was getting a whole lot more than what I just paid for. And again, hey, you know, I'm Bubba Lambert, and I approve this message.
No, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. I ain't got much else to say to that. So if you listening to this, go ahead and put your name and your email and go ahead and purchase this. I know Mark over in Maryland. I know a couple other guys have been reaching out, and over the last month, seeing some of these guys over here, because I'm not gonna chase nobody. I just want them to feel like, hey, I'm D, you helped me out. Like, yo, let's go ahead and, you know, get this program in there. And you and the way you're talking is exactly what I felt like I was given. And I appreciate everything you said the whole time, your whole Sunday, taking the time out and just, you know, showing me love. I appreciate it, Bubba. And I will help TJ get to his next. Again, when I first started my first ever live, you can go back and listen to it. I said, my goal is to help 1 million kids fulfill their dreams. I know it's a crazy number, but as a 10, 11-year-old, when I said, hey, I want to be in the big leagues, people would look at me and say, hey, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. So that's my word. It could be a word of mouth, a word, one saying, one quote, or training, or something that I can help. And that's it. So
all it takes is one word to change a man's life. And that's the truth. One truth can turn your whole life around.
That's right.
One nugget can give you the tool to separate you from everybody else.
One
in baseball.
One. And that's what I felt with this whole thing. For the price of what I'm giving, I said, listen, even if you get one tip, one advantage, that is well worth it. So I'm gonna end it like that. I appreciate you, Bubba. I go enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Let me say one more thing, because I am Bubba from Bama, and I can't get off here without saying Roll Tide.
Nah. Yeah, them boys look good. I don't know. Clemson in them third. 3 out of 4 years. 3 out of the last 4 years.
The last 4, it's been Clemson and Alabama. Bama's got 2. Clemson's got 1. Hopefully, Bama will come away with 3. But it's gonna be a battle again. And hey, all I can say is Roll Tide, roll.
I love it, Bubba. All right, stick to your roots. I like it, brother. Hey, have a great day, man. Hey, tomorrow at 3:00 Central Time, I will have Brandon Montgomery coming on, Los Angeles Dodgers prospect. He's going to show you a day in the life of a minor leaguer. He went the junior college route. He D1 to junior college and then got drafted. So we're just keeping this knowledge rolling. So he's coming on. He's going to show his experiences, the day of the life of a minor leaguer, man. We're going to hit all aspects of the game. So, again, tune in tomorrow, 3:00. Go purchase the program, all right? You will not be disappointed, just like my boy Bubba just said, all right? Peace and love. See you guys.
Peace.
All right, love it. I love it, Bubba. Take care, man.